All right, so what if I told you that the biggest AI story this year, the one that really matters, didn't happen where you think it did?
So, what comes to mind, right? Another big update from OpenAI? Some new chip from NVIDIA, maybe? A breakthrough at Google?
Yeah, nope, it wasn't in Silicon Valley, not even close.
It was in New Delhi. That's right. While everyone was watching all the usual players, India quietly hosted this pivotal AI Impact Summit. And honestly, what came out of that event could completely change the game for the country's entire digital future.
And look, you gotta understand, this wasn't just another tech conference, with the usual panels and stuff. No, this was a massive strategic move on the world stage. In this global race for AI dominance, India just made it clear they are not just participating, they're here to compete. And this quote, this one really says it all. It signals a huge shift in thinking. India is basically saying, we're done just using the tech everyone else builds. From now on, they're going to be an active creator, shaping AI on their own terms. So the big question is, how exactly are they going to pull that off?
Well, it all starts with this idea of sovereign AI. And this is so much bigger than just building another chatbot. We're talking about creating true digital independence for a nation of well over 1 billion people. It's a huge deal.
But what does sovereign AI actually mean? Well, it means they're building these powerful AI models from the ground up, trained on India's own incredibly diverse languages. Models that get the unique cultural context and are built to tackle India's own priorities. Bottom line, it's AI built for India, by India.
And listen, this isn't just some abstract idea. This is happening now. At that summit, a startup called Sarvam AI dropped a bombshell, a 105 billion parameter foundation model. Now, just to put that in perspective, think of parameters as like the brain power of an AI. And 105 billion, that puts this model right up there with the heavy hitters from the US and China. It's a major statement.
And if you want to get a feel for just how big this ambition is, think about what UPI did for payments in India. I mean, it completely transformed the game by creating this digital backbone for everyone. The plan here is to do the exact same thing, but for AI, to build a national AI infrastructure for the entire economy.
And this vision? It goes way beyond India's borders. We're seeing these big strategic deals, like the India-America Connect initiative with Google. These are all about building the actual physical plumbing, the deep-sea cables, the data centers, that will turn India from just another user of AI into a critical hub in the entire global network.
And this really gets to the heart of why that infrastructure is so crucial. You see, AI is just insatiable. It craves data, compute power, energy, connectivity. Without a massive supply of all that stuff, any talk of being an AI superpower is just, well, it's just talk. This is about laying the actual foundation to make it real.
What's really interesting here is that this isn't just one thing happening in isolation. It's a whole ecosystem coming together. You've got the government laying out the grand vision. Then you have these nimble startups, like Sarvam AI, that are pushing the envelope. And backing them up, you have the industrial giants like TCS and L&T, ready to build it all out at scale. When you get those three forces pulling in the same direction, that's when you see real, lasting transformation.
Okay, so now for the reality check, because while all this amazing stuff is happening at the national level, what's actually going on inside most companies? Well, this is where things get a little disconnected.
I mean, look at this. It really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one hand, you have the nation talking about sovereign AI and making these huge global infrastructure deals. And on the other hand, what's the corporate reality? A lot of casual ChatGPT use, a few isolated pilot projects here and there, maybe some employee workshops. There is a massive, and I mean massive gap between the national ambition and corporate action.
And that brings us to a really critical point. Look, being curious is great. Experimenting is important. But curiosity is not a strategy. What the country is doing demands a way more serious, integrated response from businesses.
And here's why. The real takeaway from that summit is that AI is quickly becoming a piece of foundational national infrastructure, just like roads or the power grid. And when something becomes infrastructure, it doesn't just add a new feature, it changes the entire rulebook for every single industry.
I mean, just think about it for a second. Banking, healthcare, manufacturing, education, you name it. They are all on the verge of being totally reshaped. And in this new world, the winners aren't going to be the companies that just dip their toes in the water and try AI. No, the winners will be the ones who rebuild their entire business, their whole strategy around this new reality.
Which, of course, brings us to the ultimate question, especially for anyone in a leadership position. The country is moving at an incredible speed. The ambition is huge. The only question left is, can your business keep up, or are you going to get left in the dust?
Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about technology. It's about transformation, a fundamental shift in the economy. So if you really want to get a handle on how all this is going to reshape Indian businesses over the next 3 years, well, you know what to do. Because navigating this change isn't just an option. It's the only path forward.